Let's be real, Klaus is the must-see Christmas film. With Klaus' beautiful animation, Klaus' heartwarming story, and with Klaus absolutely embracing the holiday spirit, surely bringing joy during the holiday season. And first, Klaus is the ultimate Christmas film because of the animation being straight up eye candy.
Being as stunning as Zach Levine.
The animation in Klaus isn't just nice to look at, it's a visual flex. Director Sergio Pablos and his team took classic 2D hand-drawn animation and gave it a modern glow-up with lighting techniques that make every frame shine. This isn't another flashy CGI showcase, this is art. The snow, the candlelight, the way how the shadows dance across the screen, it's also rich and textured. And that's the thing that's really beautiful here, it's making 2D art feel tangible. The character designs are also on point. Jesper's awkward, lanky movements are like a rookie who is trying to find the rhythm. While Klaus' solid, imposing frame has that Tim Duncan-esque level calm and presence. It's kind of intimidating, but also very calming. Every detail in Klaus works together to create a magical, ungrounded world, helping this feel overall like a storybook come to life. And let's not forget about that gloomy, bleak town of Smearensburg. It's very harsh and quite hopeless, really. But as the kindness starts to bloom, the town's colors start to brighten, and the snow feels less oppressive and far more filled with light. And the snow feels somewhat hopeful. And it finally feels like the team is finally getting their chemistry together in rhythm. Overall, Klaus' animation truly highlights the awesome character and town transformations excellently well, making Klaus the ultimate holiday and Christmas film. Next, Klaus is the ultimate Christmas film because of this masterclass story about a hopeful and wholesome transformation. We've got Jesper, who is a spoiled rich kid who is lazier than a defender who just gave up on the fast break. I'm looking at you, D'Angelo Russell. And his dad, who is just tired of his freeloading ways and tired of him being a freeloader, and sends him to run a post office in the middle of nowhere. Literally deported him. And it's kind of funny to think about that. And it feels so miserable. It's like your team is getting their back blown out by 40 points. Jesper's arc kind of feels like a redemption story because he starts off with being an entitled bench warmer who doesn't do anything, and he's pretty much getting all the gains from his father. And he tries looking for every shortcut possible. But when he meets our guy Klaus, a bearded, burly toy maker with the quiet intensity of our wholesome android Kawhi Leonard, it sparked such a big change. Jesper learns the power of small, consistent acts of kindness and slowly transforming into someone who cares. That's what Klaus is all about, and that's why this story hits differently. It's not about the grand gestures. It's not about the auralist hero ball. I'm looking at you, Jason Tatum. It's all about the fundamentals. One letter, one toy, one smile at a time. And by the end of it all, when Jesper becomes someone who truly understands the meaning of giving, it makes for such a redemption that feels so earned. And Jesper learns that giving isn't for the betterment of oneself, but it's the betterment for the world around us. And if we give a bit of ourselves selflessly every day, either through selfless work and actions, to slowly make our world a better place, then our time wasn't wasted at all. And that is truly reflected in our guys Jesper and Klaus and the several other great characters in this movie. Overall, Klaus' story truly highlights the meaningful progress of the main cast, making Klaus the ultimate Christmas film.
Klaus is not only a great Christmas movie filled with great characters, morals, and themes that define a part of the Christmas season, but it's also a great historical fiction movie. You might be wondering, how is it a historical fiction movie? The answer comes from history itself, as Klaus is a reimagining of the real-life St. Nicholas. Let's take a pause to take a small history lesson. But don't worry, there won't be a quiz or a final afterwards. I know that there's been some of you who have been through enough school and classes with finals and exams. To start off, Klaus is actually inspired by the real-life Christian bishop Saint Nicholas, born on March 15th, 270 AD, and died on December 6th, 343 AD, in Patara, Lycia, in Anatolia in the Roman Empire. Anatolia is now known as Anatolia province, and Lycia is known as Turkey in our modern-day geography. Saint Nicholas developed a special image amongst the children and sailors of the area, protecting them from any forms of injustice and giving them gifts, which led him to have nicknames such as Saint Nicholas or Sinterklaas, as well as English nicknames like Nicholas of Bari and Nicholas the Wonder Maker. Through time and through a couple of translations, it became what's now known in our modern day history as Saint Nicholas or Santa Claus. Sure, there might not have been a Jesper or an Alva or the Ellingsbow or Crumb families, but it could have been or been inspired by a real situation where the real Klaus helped bring a town together through kind acts of selflessness and generosity. Maybe there are many stories where these movies and shows are really inspired by real acts that Saint Nick really did act upon during his life that we possibly might not ever know. But the beauty of it all is the mystery of it all.
Finally, Klaus is the ultimate Christmas film because it captures that warm Christmas spirit perfectly. This film doesn't shy away from the gritty reality of life and that people can be tough. And Smearsburg especially, this town is basically filled with Hall of Fame menaces and society. A city that's filled with evil Canadians like Dylan Brooks and ball kicker Draymond Green. It's tough, rough, scrappy, and full of feuds. But the film is better for including this cynical nature, cause the beauty of Klaus is that the kindness isn't going to be handed out like participation trophies. It's earned. The town isn't magically going to start getting along all just out of one act of kindness, but it slowly builds up and up and up. It truly takes a minute for this all to grow. It's like our heroes Jesper and Klaus when they face some setbacks and misunderstandings, and there are moments when they feel like they're the 2024 Lakers when they're down by 20 points in the fourth quarter. But unlike the 2024 Lakers, they actually get some time to pick themselves back up, and they stick with it and start doing little by little to be better. Where it looks like they've made a difference in such a cynical town, where the impact is sweeter than Giannis's ring in 2021. Anyways, it points at Klaus's overall Christmas message. Kindness matters, even when it's tough. And that's truly the thing. It's not about pretending that everything's perfect all the time, because nothing ever is. There will always be little things that are off to us. But it's truly about showing up and trying to be kind, one moment at a time. And it's a lie to think we have to be filled with joy every time. But it's also a lie to believe that we have to be alone in our depression. A hug, a warm smile, or a hand on the shoulder is what most people need. And how are we gonna expect love from the world if we don't give a little love in return? Show some love to somebody who needs it with a little smile, a small greeting like good morning, or a big hug. It'll mean more to them than you'll ever realize. Because truly,
a true selfless act always sparks another.
Overall, Klaus beautifully embodies the essence of the holiday season, illustrating the importance and the spirit of giving, the transformative nature of redemption, and the impact of kindness and how it can illuminate, especially in the most hopeless moments, reminding us that there's always hope within reach. So to keep it real with y'all, this holiday season, go check out Klaus because of the stellar 2D animation, the wholesome story about kindness, and the overall warm Christmas spirit injected into our souls. And remember, no matter how dire and cold this world can be, we can still give it a bit of warmth to make this whirlwind of a place we call home a little bit more comfortable for all of us to share. So special thanks to the idea maker for collabing with me on this one. It's actually, it means a lot that, he took the time to write in his part and took the time and put in the effort for this project. And I thought it was an absolute blessing for him to have on. And It truly made this Christmas special that I have a little sweeter, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate his time, and I hope to work with him soon in the future.
And a Jasper. Okay, I don't know why I'm thinking Jasper or Jesper. I'm so sorry.
And let's not forget about the gloomy, bleak town of Smurver.
Sure, there might not. What is going on?
And it feels so terrible because it feels like your team is getting their back blown out by 40 points.
Honestly, I think the Christmas spirit has really been like it's really been around, and honestly, I'm enjoying the season. Okay, I'm enjoying the season of Given.